Yes, to the board again. I will not repeat too much of anything that's been said or stated earlier, even though I agree with all of the comments prior to mine. My concern is a little bit deeper than what has been commented on. It's the request for the FCMAT report itself. FCMAT represents trouble. Nobody invites FCMAT to come and audit the books. They will find anything. That's what FCMAT does. And so if you invite them, you are inviting them to find something wrong. And so no school district does everything right. They'll find it. And so they found a whole lot of stuff that they considered to be costing the school district. And so what is this report saying? It is recommending that you make some serious cuts that will have a negative impact upon the students and the staff of the Mondale Unified School District. So when I first heard that this report was being ordered, I had a problem. No one invites FCMAT anywhere unless you want them to find something that will compromise your school district. And so so they found a whole lot. And so that is my concern. You know, why was the report ordered? Usually when someone asks FCMAT to come in, they're usually an outside agency. They've seen or found something illegal that you're doing. But no one from within will ever ask FCMAT to come in and look at this stuff because they will find something. They always do. And what did they find? They found trouble for you. And now they want you to make all of these serious cuts and reduction in staff, funding, and everything else that's going to create a negative impact upon the students and the staff for the Mondale School District. So I'm just somewhat flabbergasted as to why it was ordered in the first place. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Mims. This item is the report on special education, and I believe we had Mr. Gillespie.
Yes, I'd like to introduce Dr. Bill Gillespie and Joanne Murphy, who conducted the FCMAT study and flew up tonight to be here to present to the board. So thank you for being here.
Well, thank you, and good evening, Madam President, members of the board, and staff, community. Exactly what FCMAT does is part of this process tonight. It starts to engage the conversation. It starts to engage a process of how we can do things differently, more efficiently, more cost effectively, and also maintain what we're all about here is education to kids. FCMAT's been around for a long time. It's been around since 1992 and it was commissioned by the state legislature to be proactive. And as you have, many of you here in the room, and of course the board knows, the Fiscal Crisis Management Team is a premier external independent agency that does work throughout California. We have done over 1,000 school district, county offices, charter schools, community college studies. And we're requested to come in, and given the fact that some people may have an agenda, maybe people may not, but we leave it and we give it as we see it. Always trying to keep in mind that we're all here for the benefit of educational achievement and how our students are learning. That's why we're here. And you as a board and as an administration are given the task to make the best wise use of taxpayers' money. And we have been in fiscal crisis in California for over 5 to 6 years. It has been unbelievable. And we who have been in education, and I started my career as a teacher and as a coach and went through the administrative ranks as a superintendent for 12 years. It has been absolutely the most devastating time in education in California the last 5 years. School districts have had to give decision after decision to try to save the district. And the districts that haven't, there's 5 or 6 of them, who boards and superintendents have not joined together in partnership and made bad decisions, have lost their governance structure. Oakland Unified being one of them, where FCMAT came in and where the superintendent and the board was dismissed of their duties. The board was still seated, but they had no authority to make decisions because they did not manage the fiscal resources as they needed to in the best interest of education for our children. We provide a deficit model in all our reports. We understand Mount Diablo has done terrific things for special education. We understand that you were under a consent decree for years, and it was a very troubling time where there was found out of compliance in serving kids. Previous administration and previous boards have looked at FCMAT of coming in over the years to do work. The leadership of this superintendent had one agenda item when I met with him. We are spending on a huge amount. The board has hired me to maintain educational quality and excellence in this district and try to maintain the financial resources. And we developed a scope of study that was here. And we stick to that scope of study. Out of this, we give you the very best report that we possibly can from an independent external perspective. There's 72 recommendations thereabout. And the process goes something like this. You have the final document. You need to get, and I've heard this tonight and listened to this tonight, is that the folks that are